So, so OBS, would you like to explain yourself? Would you, would you like to explain yourself on what that was? Uh-huh. Yep. And thus we've had enough. Nope. I'm done. We're done. Fuck that. You want to crash, OBS? Then fucking fine. We're gonna play by our rules. You want to crash, huh? Okay. Okay. You little bastard. This music does not help. Let's mod. Let's get it. So you decided to move forward, I see. Your body and mind are still incomplete, yet you limp forward. Must wonder where that confidence of yours comes from. We must have some questions, no? Which question may be, who is this old man? He was such a familiar voice and face. You cannot face yourself. Think of me as a mirror of you. A shattered memory, to be precise. Scattered to several shards. This old man is one of the pieces of that mirror. The name is Abel. Filled with rage and obscenity, waiting to be miserably forgotten, as you can see. I, just like you, decided to proceed. Nothing changed, to my surprise. I had trouble sleeping, and the rare nights in which I could sleep were riddled with nightmares. We were the first human, to find a way to access the well of humanity. It existed since the beginning of time, but now it lies forgotten and denied. Today, there are only a few who can feel it. Just a handful of people, only faintly sensing its presence. But Carmen was completely sure of its existence, tried to persuade us of it. If its existence were proven, that'd mean we'd be able to reach the well. Which means that the cure to the world's disease was related to this well. The research we conducted, taken from where Carmen had left us, was successful. We found a method to siphon the primordial sea, which is every possibility of humanity, past, present, and future. If everyone had a bucket of their own, they'd be able to draw their own water from their individual well. It's fascinating. We even had arrogant thoughts in secret. We thought we could rekindle the long-forgotten flame in the water of life. However, the path we walked was not different from that of Prometheus. What have we accomplished after all this? We lost much more than we gained, did we not? You haven't witnessed it. The way our old friend Benjamin met his demise. He's one of the few who could tolerate your ill-temperedness. Yet you do not care to witness his final moments. Fortunately, we have a recording of it. There's every little thing that's happened in this facility. Would you like to give it a listen? The third and final truth. That was something you must learn. I understand that the truth hurts. It's hard for me as well. It feels like building up a sandcastle for years, only to kick it over once it's done. Doing something like that is beyond agony. Deny the efforts of the past, but I want to make things right, no matter the cost. The final truth is that you are about to begin the repetition of this infinite cycle. The memories reset, oblivious to everything that has transpired. Leave with me before you are no longer unable to do what you've set in motion. That's what you wanted to say. I'm sorry that we have to meet again like this. It did not take very long to find out where you were hiding. I thought I should have given you some time to say goodbye. Since this will be the last chance you have to say such a thing to the one you looked up to. Angela. Feels though I've become the tragic damsel in distress of a play whenever you speak my name. May sound like an excuse, but please know this. I'm not doing this out of personal feelings or malice. My every action is set by his first order. The absolute order that dictates us not to deviate from the script. Are you really okay with going through with this? I knew you well, and not just because I'm the one who created you. I knew you're different from other machines. There's another fact I knew from the start. That you're too valuable to be hiding in such a shabby corner like this. Our conversation is being recorded, and furthermore, I have no obligation whatsoever to answer your questions. Don't be afraid, Benjamin. Everyone you've missed and longed to see again is waiting for you. You shall be with them forever. Because you are the last actor. The one who will lead this play to its finale. Better now. Benjamin hid here quite a long time ago. When the TT2 protocol activated, a brief moment became an eternity and overwhelmed him. They seemed to try to run away with me. With us. However, you already know. You failed. Or you feel no guilt for him, for you gave him another life. Whatever you wish. Find solace in your mind, or else you will not endure this place. The brain is one of the vital organs of the human body. Tens of billions of neurons stretch like the branches of trees and form a great forest. This forest, as long as the original exists, can be replanted. Those who perish were woken in metal bodies. It was your plan. Yet you couldn't do it alone. However, I've already seen the world ahead of you. Time you have yet to see. nothing changes. Benjamin, your friend, the employees, their sacrifices were pointless. You've seen how they met their end. You realized how innocent, tainted souls of young persons were trapped in the machines by your hands, haven't you? We have failed them. The world has forgotten us. Who will pay for their sacrifices? You know what we've forgotten? I wasn't perfect, manager. I was always biting off more than I could chew. I wasn't being realistic. At the same time, it's such a sad place. So I refused to think that I couldn't do something. But you saw me. You saw this obsession and pressure to blindly move forward eventually ate me away. In the end, what was more was for me to stand with my own two legs. To be aware of where I am and where I should go next. Then it naturally rises up. The will inside me. The will to stand up straight. If you stand up upright, around you is nothing but despair. You may act noble, but you are sailing through the Dead Sea inside you. Emotional thoughts only depressed us. It didn't help us in the slightest. We needed to become more rational, more cold-hearted. Rationality built a falsehood crumbled me, you, and all of us. We've walked too far to tell such melancholic stories. Without relying on emotion wouldn't help a thing. However, it became clear that to accept sadness is just as important. The false rationale we held and clung to only made our hearts rot. It's hard to accept at first. You'll feel like you crumbled in. But it'll get better. I'm sure of it. The rationality to maintain discretion. It is too late to sell down our hearts. It is too late to sell down our hearts, I'm afraid. Your mind is already empty. It has lost any purpose to move forward. I can hear the murmurs of those I've lost in my ears whenever I shut my eyes. They batter me with questions. Do you really think you'll become a better man? I couldn't say anything to refute what they were saying. Do you think you'll be any different? You see, Manager, you should look towards the past at times like this. I know my wrongdoings can't be forgiven. No matter what I do. Because that's why I'm so ahead of myself. But from now on, I won't be. I can. No, I will be a better person if I continue. Let's live with such a hope in mind, shall we? Though to be a better person, what good does this do you? How many times must I say this? You have nothing left! No matter how much you try to control your emotions, calm your mind, you've already losing your reason to live ever since Carmen left us. Why are you so obsessed with a life that has no more meaning? Look at me. Look at how I am continuing this pointless life. Awaiting death. If you ask me for a reason to keep on living this life, if you ask me for a reason to keep on living this life full of pain, say, I don't have a good reason yet. You woke me up. But it's just my job to take care of whatever comes to me next. I choose to be a bit more fearless. It took me a lot of courage to do so. Continue onward with my life in spite of everything. Just live your life for once, man. Hell, even I made it this far. What makes you think you can't? The fearlessness to keep on living. Been deliberating for a long time. In the past, we thought to be right answers were correct. How can I now let you pass when you answer our doubts with such confidence and clarity? Ah, you. Nameless one. To me, nameless is a great blessing. A is a name. A name is stigma. Constant reminder of that one walks the wrong path. The door you will face after leaving this office will name trial. It will be a name trial. I was referred to as an ordeal. More an agony. You appear to possess the strength and will to overcome such adversity, however. That strength. To choose a different path, a different future, a different answer. I shall witness your strength. Maybe you can finally free yourself to this doubtful old man. Can't you hear my voice anymore? Please, answer me. So chat, for the sake of, we'd like to move on at some fucking point. We're gonna console command, but not till we get the full lore of certain abnormalities. Until we finish these boys, nothing else matters. Mostly because even now, the game lags. That's kind of why. Which is why. Yeah, fuck. Alright, so our plan was just instantly console command. Not skip the day, but console command to where we're like... The mission objective, because of the lagginess of this area, is to get the... What was it? So the day's over. Quickly. Wait a minute. I don't give a fuck about the actual main thing. There we go. Wait, Alice makes us want to die. We need a better finale music. Better finale music. Yeah, that'll do it. What do you mean you guess? Fuck off. Probably should have fixed that data leak, huh? Oops. Again, this is why we start console commanding past these days. Because something fucks up data, like, something makes it so laggy, we don't know what. Because even if we were to lower the things, it's still, like, weird. Okay, so this guy is all about, like, breaching. Interesting. It's cool that this mod one's like, yeah, it's an HE, but if it breaches, uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghetti-O. Nice try, pussy. We've had enough. We want out. You'll give us our out, you son of a bitch. Trust, we're getting out of here. We're getting all of us out of here. We grab you. We're getting out of here. Should we stream Halo tomorrow? This is sort of our weekend. Should we stream that tomorrow? It's like stream a fuckload of Halo. What do you mean that didn't work? Remember hearing Halo in the sci-fi Yakuza? Remember hearing Halo is a sci-fi Yakuza? Also sure. Sci-fi Yakuza. We grab Yakuza and we fucking throw it through the window. Yakuza's good. Halo's better. Fuck people. Do you hear this music? You hear this music? Hear this? Hear this ballin' ass track? That's in the background of the free roam portions of ODST. The part you're supposed to rush through. That's the OST of the weakest Bungie Halo game. Besides Halo Wars. So the mainline Halo Bungie games, this is the weakest soundtrack. Who the fuck is Yakuza? Yaka who? Kiryu what? Good game, but yeah, no, fuck off. This is a better game. Also, what do you fucking mean you remember hearing that? We've played it on stream. Up to like... We didn't play Halo 2. Where did we stop? Honestly, we think we're on Halo ODST. Funny enough, this is the game where we stopped on. Halo ODST. Then maybe tomorrow we'll try to finish the Halo games. That'll be fun. That'll be a fun stream. It'll also help us forget our crippling withdrawal addiction to weed. It won't. But we can pretend it does. Chat, why isn't he dead? Well, you missed us nearly crying, so hold on. Hoops, who did that one? Yeah, we're kind of done at this point because our game's lagging so hard. And we want to get to the fun, cool shit. We're done. We want out. I don't fucking care. Let's at least get the other mod in here so we can see it. Wait, shit, we got the other mod. We got the headless, who's it? We want to see what the distortion is. That sounds cool. How can we not get Rabbit? That's Halo. God damn. Chat, tomorrow should we just play through the entire fucking Halo games? Again? We're a sicko. We'd do it. On easy, we'd do it. Do you remember when we still knew the warmth of the sun? We became too cold to continue cherishing such a thing. Nah. In fact, we weren't meant to bask in such warmth in the first place. You feel it too, don't you? You already feeling the nostalgia in the air right as you step into this room. There's a tale of two doors. These two doors that never wanted to be open. They had to be. Ooh, hurts. Hey, it's me. Are you there? Can I come in? I didn't want to listen to what came next. I wanted to pretend I wasn't in the room. Because I knew what she was going to tell me. Sometimes her thoughts could be extremely reckless. It really frightened me whenever she did that. I saw her eyes right after opening that door. She walked into your lab and started illustrating her hypothesis. Carefully, yet decidedly. You wanted to tell her that it was preposterous. But like always, she had you persuaded. You had no choice but to admit it was the only way. What made us, so upset was how much it hurt to listen to her put it so calmly, as if it was none of our business, and how much we loathed ourselves for just having to tolerate it. We just couldn't get any further than this. However, we'll break through somehow. We've got Carmen with us after all. Don't worry. I think it'll all work out. The biological standards show that Carmen is the fittest candidate, but we haven't run a precision test yet, though. So if we want to find another candidate, we can always. Carmen would. Carmen. You should have been the one to die. The research wasn't bearing fruit. People were growing tired. Yet their eyes glittered with expectations. She was on the edge. One more step would make her fall. And that day, when Enoch's breath stopped, she finally realized that her path was always in her sight. Just one glance below the fall, and she'd never lift her head again. She wouldn't respond. No matter how many times I yelled, when the sounds of overflowing water filled the air, I just kept yanking the doorknob like I were insane. Yet I hoped it would never open. I hoped and I prayed countless times. First thing I saw once I opened the door was a pair of closed eyes. She stepped into the bath herself, so that not a fragment of needless motion like guilt pile up on us. We saw with our own eyes so clearly. She was bleeding out and delirious, but she still held on to life. We violated her body with our own hands and buried her underneath the ground. Oh, she's so cruel. And why did we have to become so cruel? We asked the question without an answer. The toast that celebrated our success blossomed with death. However, I found a way to redeem us at long last. We've come to the right place. It's the room where she sleeps. Don't worry, she won't wake up with this much noise. Can you meet her again? Let's do it like this. Ask her. She who is always watching you from the beginning. Make no fucking mistake, chat. We know Halo songs. We can find something that'll break your heart. I have something I should confess. I actually have a much weaker heart than everyone thinks. I always say stuff like, count on me and just follow me in front of everyone. But I'm never sure about the things I do. If everyone were harmed or put in trouble because of what I do, I would definitely be shaken into hating myself. I know that. That's why I ask you for a favor. No matter what I may become, please finish what I started? Okay, yeah, welcome to hell. We humans have weak hearts. When cracked, it will easily crumble. I have no exception to this, but you'll endure through it. There's only one way out, and it'll never change. You know what I'm trying to say, right? Are you unsure? I have this thing I do whenever I'm afraid of the path I've taken. It's like a plant photosynthesizing. Ease up your attention and close your eyes. Yes, just like that. Make yourself as comfortable as possible so that your mind finds itself comfortable too. It tickles, right? But just wait. Now, fade away without a trace. Yes. I was the only one. I was the one who could fulfill her ideal. I was the one who could finish it. Only me. However, she never told me this path of hers would be riddled with such vicious thorns and spikes. This is the bucket created from Carmen's sacrifice. The bucket is the beginning and the end destination of this place. Cogino is endlessly produced here, spewing out life and death. When we saw that the bath is overflowing, we thought everything was over. However, we couldn't have been more wrong. She's alive. Right now. Is this. She saw every path we walked. In reality, her ideal was simply too grand in the first place, and our power too minuscule to fulfill it. She sacrificed everything of hers without a trace left behind, but you and I remember the things we've done to become a wing. To stay a wing. It was revolting at first. But you see how we acclimated to it after the first few times? We flawlessly revolutionized our heinous actions just like all the other wings. No, not just that. We evolved our own unique cruelty that can't be found in any other wing. So if our human sacrifices are required to fill our ideals need to be continued. So we had to put on the guise of simply being manic about energy production. That we know the truth too well. We were really only pretending. But we were so indifferent towards the countless deaths. Prodding, combing through the brains of a woman to blend into the world, to evade the head and the eye. Throwing the person in the jaws of the monster just to gain some energy. Reincarnating your colleagues just to make them live through the same agony again. Do you really think those are things any normal person would do? Yet we closed up our eyes and ears and numbed ourselves. We eventually felt nothing for what we did. I named myself Abraham to remember our sins. Sacrificing the innocent. What did I expect to achieve doing all this? Founding a shadowy corporation. I don't even know anymore. Does it really matter at this point? Nah. It doesn't. We were wrong from the start. Our very existence is wrong. You and I. All that's left for us is atonement. You already knew. You knew we didn't immediately embrace this pain. Temperth knew that a long time ago. I guess that's why he always walked ahead of me. One day I realized that you were also looking towards somewhere with a clear vision, just like he did. I just didn't want to admit that I was lagging behind. I think that's why I was always so frustrated. I'm surfer of the middle layer, head of the central command team. I can't afford to fall behind like that now, can I? That's the reason why I said I'll count on you and hold expectation. Promise to show me someday? Show me the world the fruit of our pain and labor? You'll fall onto the ground no matter how much expectation and hope you have. You know what? Photosynthesis for plants, after all. Things that actually take sunlight. It was never for something like you and I. Don't you know this already? We drove Carmen to death. We just saw that. And I was always furious without any reason. I always felt like I'm missing something. But I never knew what that was. I vented the singer of mine into a rather bad way, as you saw. This madness, without purpose, would never go away. If you didn't stop me, it would grow bigger and bigger. It would eventually devour me. Like, we're never going back to how it was before. The situation's changed way too much. But I was able to keep my promise with her because you stopped me. At the very least. You also have to remember this. She wants you to pick what we have left. Rather than just languishing guilt. Yes. She entrusted us with what's left. But we were not the person who Carmen thought us to be now. The only person that believed in us was gone. There was no one left around us. Manager, do you know why I chose to join your small company instead of any other grander wings? Of course, Carmen's moving speech did pique my interest, not gonna lie. However, the decisive factor for me was I liked how everyone here trusted Carmen. You know how meaningless the word trust is nowadays, don't you? That's not all, Manager. Carmen trusted in you till her moment of death. Everyone who remained did too. Why do you think I decided to stick with you until the end? Just look around you now. Everyone gathered here just for you. And they're waiting expectantly. How can you be so certain? Carmen lies, you're neither alive nor dead. How can you walk towards an unpredictable future, leaving her behind here? We're obligated to remain trapped in the cycle of eternal punishment. Yet you want a refuge for tomorrow? You want to escape this endless regret and atonement? There's one final door past here that wasn't written in the story. It's one I can't open. Opens those who are not soaked in regret. Think you can open it? Why do I only see darkness? Why does my voice not reach you at the finale? Alright, chat, if it starts lagging as soon as we start the game, we're console commanding. Alright, understand? We're not dealing with lag. There's a fundamental fucking issue, and we don't know what it is. We'd say it's mods, but it was like the fucking original time we played it on our laptop it did this shit. But we'll try. We'll give it a shot. Alright, this guy's got a name. Let's return to the menu. Tress, are you still there? Mayday, mayday, target down. We've lost the only person who could notice our fucking whimpering at this shit. Yep, no you're not. You're not real. This song doesn't hurt us. Oh fuck, we did it again. While it's glitching, we're gonna try and look something up. Oh, fucking piss. Okay. No, we're gonna look this up. What is this? Because all the Sephiroth are the Tree of Life. So what is, like, what is this over here? What's this? What does this mean? What is this? What is? We're interested. What is this? The great wife of the Pharaoh. Interesting. So this also has stuff to do with the Bible, just like the Tree of Life kind of does. Interesting. Okay. You know, chat, it didn't lag, but this is also the only thing we're fucking interested in. That's the fucked up part. Oh, that elevator actually worked, we think maybe. Chat, we only count the victory if we can fully, like, research something. Interesting. Perfect. Also, interesting thing that Judgment's weapons are basically weaker version of, if we look at, where is she? Notice how Callie's suit is that, but unbridled. Interesting. What? Damn. What a shame. They were a good one. What a rotten way to go. Ah, shit, they do pale damage, huh? Man, if only Cal gave a fuck, right? Punk bitch. Oops, who did that one? Oops, who the fuck? Wait, who else died? That doesn't matter. Does any of this matter anymore, chat? We've been here for like 7 hours. Does it matter? Who the fuck are you? Welcome. You don't believe how long I painstakingly waited for you. Hold that thought. Let's go to here. Let's do it. You don't believe how long I have been painstakingly waiting for you. The wait was getting so boring. You know, the world made of dots is no longer interesting to those who realize the existence of lines, so to speak. Think about the world in which you used to be. Singularity is manifested every day. Everything changes in the blink of an eye. The wings and the head control this world, and now humanity cannot live without their constraints. Every single person just stays silent, even though each and every one of them knows how many ethically morbid comprehensions the wings are making. Those who are not under the spell of the control die as loners and failures. That's where we've ended up. Who was I in the past? Who am I during the present? Who should I be in the future? Those are the questions that bring up growth. People stopped asking them a long time ago. All anyone has left these days is to die a slow death. Nothing is as boring as watching a predetermined fall. So, we managed to find it. We found the light that resides in everyone. Unfortunately, the majority of humanity wouldn't find their light on their own throughout their entire life. We're bound to be unhappy as long as we're chasing an illusion without realizing the truth. People begin to hide their light in the deepest recesses of their heart. Carmen believed that she should draw out such a light. The archetypes that have been hibernating. Yes, we can see the truth. The abnormalities are no longer abnormal. There are no mere fantasies anymore. There are true forms, restored to being by drawing a little speck of light from our hearts. Abnormalities are the true humans of this age. They're the pure form that bursts from the chrysalis that is our empty skin. They feared and tried to contain the abnormalities. That place blame upon their ignorance. It's only natural for one to fear being naked in the face of the world. At least you and I know one thing. Carmen shall be our forbidden fruit for the new humanity. Now, speak my name.
Adam, soon to become the root of this new humanity. I will wait for the fruit to ripen and come to life after I see this vast forest. The forbidden fruit shall enlighten us with the long-forgotten knowledge branded in our hearts. Just a single bite will open their eyes and grant them wisdom. They will be free of the sin of forgetfulness for what we truly are. Hold that thought, champ. Yeah, I'll do it. And they will understand. They should feel shame for covering it with their shell. If we draw from everyone's well with the bucket, then their ego will have no need to be locked anymore. Just imagine it. Everything that was suppressed bursting out in every shape and figure possible. Does not make you tremble in excitement. We've always asked this question. How should a human live? No one can answer that, but I've found the answer. I shall show you. So join me. Do you want to know how I could be so cruel? People live with their own anxieties. It's a natural price one must pay for confronting the unknown. However, I did not accept that anxiety, that fear. I have devoured them to survive in this world. That was the first and final sin I have committed. I have no regrets about it. It was for survival. You were the same, no? I knew. So witnessing your face as you ripped through my brain back then, you may also say it wasn't an inevitable process. However, it's about time you face the fear that you have not forgotten. And dare I suggest, face that fear if you want to stop the cycle. Did you believe you could see things clearly when you couldn't even face them all this time? You're the only one saying this because you are afraid, aren't you? If you truly think this is a misdeed to deprive them of the act of facing their fear, then listen well. If we could conduct hundreds, no, thousands of good deeds, committing one single sin is acceptable. Is 100 sins is 1,000 good deeds in one sin our ego? Hold up, is Benjamin's ego the plague doctor? And our abnormality is 1,000 sins and one good deed? Is that why it's always the first one we get? Because that's our ego. It's the one we start with, and it's the one we'll goddamn end with. Helping to shed everyone from their empty skin. You know, see how that's the greatest good of all? People need someone like us. Think about the wave of redemption that will follow. It is within every person's instinct to pursue freedom. Please remember the reason why I happily let you pass. I did so because I want to see you fly with your own strength, despite being left in this harsh world with a skin as fragile as yours. Perhaps if we talked more sincerely in the past, perhaps it may have resulted in better circumstances. However, we've already left our past far behind us. There is no turning back. We live in endless conflict and regret, sorry from birth up and unto death. We grow by embracing that conflict, that regret, and we walk towards the future.
Face the fear, build the future. So you refuse to join me, instead choose to move toward the unpredictable future? Our days will be filled with marvel and wonder that you could not possibly imagine if you joined me. You are painfully crawling through each day, and you still aren't even sure if you're on the right path. Our secret cannot be wasted like this. No, I can't spare my time. If you are not ready, I shall go first. You? You want to stop here, but instead stop me from going forward? So you don't want me to be by your side? Even for the finale of this play? Those who face the end together with you. It seems I'm not among them. Did we finish you? Cool. What is your story? A bird that used to judge the living in the dark forest carried around an unbalanced scythe. The scale always tilts the same direction. It does not know this as its eyes are covered. Or perhaps it's turning a blind eye to this truth. In fact, the bird was once an even-handed justicar. The scale would never neglect the weight of even the smallest sin. The Longbird made a scale that was capable of weighing any sin to maintain the peace of the forest. At one point, the bird's eyes could see through anything. Eyes always shone brilliantly, burning like stars in the night sky. But it gave its eyes to the big bird in order to protect the forest. Now only the void feels its eye sockets. The bandage is in tatters, like it could tear off at any second. The bird's face was once covered in gleaming feathers, but they fell out as soon as it spent too much time without sunlight. Although it reminds of the unjust scale. Longbird continues on, doling out justice. So it is day 49. Oh, we know. That's what we're considering council commanding. Or neutralize the who? Neutralize the what? Huh? The who? Did we finish you? Son of a bitch. Alright, can't read you. What about you? Nope. What do you mean stop the orbiter? The who? Would you like to fucking explain yourself, friend? Oh, we finished you. This item is blah. It takes the form of a human creature in pink equipment. Its intellectual capacity is high enough that it can verbally converse with human beings. At the very least, it seems friendly during the observation work. Hold up. Enough that it can converse with other human beings. At the very least, it seems friendly during observation work. During observation and work is so as special forces from redacted. It uses pronoun as we, referring to itself. It is continually shown positive intentions to helping humanity. Serena. Well, I feel threatened because you're armed. That bright outfit's disturbing as well. It doesn't belong in a place like this. What's your opinion on the nature of humans, Miss Serena? I think it depends on the person. Why do you ask? It's a highly debatable topic, but this is what we think we should do. Person is good from the start, we protect their good heart. Person is bad from the start, we make a good heart out of them and protect that heart. Well, how do you do that? We consider the color of the human's heart. The color of a human's heart is pink, and by wearing the same color, we can blend in with people's minds. Gladly get dirty for the sake of the good heart. Wait, you'll get dirty instead of the people? Is that
actually a thing that's possible?
Indeed it is.
Sorry, but I just can't trust you or what you say, especially when you say you can just see the color of someone's heart.
Anything happens, just call us, man. Following what was stated in the recording, the abnormality will help the abnormalities will help others as solid. We've yet to grasp detailed information about this abnormality. Perhaps actually asking it for help could aid in learning more. However, just like any other abnormality, we shouldn't blindly trust it. I plan to have a suppression team ready while I pretend to ask you for help. So what's happening up to now? To summarize the whole thing, this abnormality is the best thing we've ever had here. A few months ago, I took a chance asking the abnormality for help, and ever since then I've been using it. Gotten help from it about redacted times now. My efficiency at work has gotten much better too. At this point, just looking at this, at something pink makes me feel better. These creatures bolster in a way even the greatest leaders can't match. The abnormality will greatly improve our employees' quality of life. Except for you can do it again today, right? Yes, the human heart is pink, and we wear the same color. We'll drive away any bad thoughts. You hear that? Yes, it's still in the best condition. We put this abnormality to good use in our next suppression. They're so much better than human soldiers. We should possibly consider putting them as our special suppression team. On a side note, they seem to have gotten a bit darker in color, but I don't think it's anything to lose sleep over. The human heart is... We must clean. Even the smallest speck of evil must be cleaned. It seems a bit less energetic than usual, though it'll be fine, I think. We fought urgent report of the incident related to the army in pink. We filled this urgent report due to the drastic change in army in pink. We're still trying to grasp exactly what happened. A total of redacted employees have passed away. Finding out it was recorded from the first assumed casualty, Police Serena. Abnormality has broken out again in the redacted section. I have to ask you to help us out again. Yes. We, the army in black, blend into the human heart and drive away good thoughts. Hold on. What? That sounds your line. The human heart is black. We must regularly clean. What are you talking about? You're creeping me out, man. We'll protect you with our black love. Stop. I'm calling the suppression team. If you move an inch, I swear. We salute you, ma'am. The recording abruptly ends after the sound of a large explosion. Damn, Dakota died. What a shame. But why? Hey, Trust, what's that behind you? Chet, what's that? Right behind you. What is that? Why do I hear screaming? Ah, it's probably normal. Are you questioning anything at this point? Screaming behind you? That sounds suspicious. You should check that out. Ah, man, we won the day. Trish, you looked away. What a shame. Oops. Damn. Getting out of here. We're getting the fuck out of here. The knowing? Maybe you should stop asking questions you don't want the answer to. So admit your reflections. A piece of the mirror? It must have tried to stop you because their own tomorrows are not on the horizon. But you gave past day in those yesterdays with them. And now we finally meet here today. You must have realized that as well. Seeing as you made it to this point without hesitation, I had known for a long time that we all lost our hearts. I knew. I didn't know anything about it. I'm sure many others were the same way. That's what makes Carmen different from us. Instead of turning away, she wanted to save them and guide their souls back. She's the one who made the noble decision to dedicate herself to save humanity. Yet I was the one who had no such ambition. Had to continue her legacy. Ironic, isn't it? Maybe I wasn't the right man for the job. As you can see, we've become just like the other wings, committing atrocities just like them. Employees here have repeated hundreds upon thousands of deaths. My friends were robbed of their lives and trapped in a cycle of agony. All the while, I just sat and watched. Just fighting it as though all that matters just finding it all the means to realize their idea. This sin shall never be forgiven. Nonetheless, we must finish this. These wrongdoings can finally cut this vicious cycle once and for all. I'll gladly take this burden upon myself. Her mission is simply to seed the people's hearts. Every single person has their own light. In the light, they create their own stories and lay down the roots of their existence into it. We're merely there to sow the seeds, so to people to bloom in their own ways. What about us, you ask? Fortunately, we won't be able to see what kind of forest will grow. Guys, we have one last thing to do. Something we have done countless times. Something to manage the abnormalities. You'll make it. Nah, you will. Come now. It's be our final day as the work as the manager. Gregory, you must get Roxy's OnlyFans password from her room. It's the only way to escape. You need to escape. Fuck you, we're making that joke one way or another.
Hey, chat, you notice how it's a bunch of chains? Kind of like how Limbus Company has when you pull something? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? How it, isn't that fascinating? Isn't it interesting how Faust has background is a weird device? Isn't it weird how it's talking about like alternate futures? As if it already had Yi Seng's memory device? Oh, that's cool. Anyway. Our buddy says, nah, Dante's his own guy. Because he's played other gacha games. It's like, nah, Dante's his own guy. What if he's fucking A or X? Anyway. What do we have here?
Listen, there's a good chance somebody's trying to hack your website.
I couldn't give a fuck about them hacking our website. Don't mind us, just getting us all out of this one. Just saving all of our lives. Oh, what have we done? Uh-oh. Oops, all cheats. Look. We both know that at a certain point, our game is going to randomly start lagging. And it's half that. Half it's 1 a.m. And we want to kind of play Mass Effect 2 tonight. Feel a bit dizzy. What have we fucking done? Although, at one point we do think it would be cool to actually do this finale. If we could figure out how to make it stop lagging. There's a dire suffer today. Oh, shit. Ah, that's not good. What have you done? What are you doing? How the fuck are you staying upright? Alright, we have questions. Jackass, how the fuck are you pulling this off? What? No, we have questions. Alright, so chat, if we press it again, surely... If we do it again, surely he can't do that again. I mean, we're already upside down, right? What do we feel like we put that seeing the pattern for LOR now? Congratulations, you where we were like several years ago when we played LOR. Congratulations. Welcome to the Filthy Frank Show. If you're feeling suicidal, you've come to the right place. But no, really, why isn't this working? Do we misspell something? Specto Patron. No, that should work. Also, it's funny you're seeing the pattern just now. When, in fact... yeah, it's kind of funny that people would see this and go, holy shit, it all makes sense now. But really, if you think about it, it always made sense. Because, fun fact. Ah, fuck, what have we done? Why the library is like Slay the Spire. So another interesting fact beyond that is that if you look at the Tree of Life, this is how it's supposed to be set up. Malakuth is at the bottom. Malakuth's not supposed to be at the top. She's the bottom. We also have no idea why it's not working anymore, but alright. Wow, the game started lagging as soon as we did it upside down. Oops. Oh, that explains it. What have we done? Chat, what have we done? Mayday, mayday, mayday. We're going at about 1,000 miles a fucking hour. Uh-oh. Mayday, mayday, mayday. All units, brace for impact! How many people did we kill by doing this maneuver, jackass? How many people did we fucking take out doing that? Nah, it doesn't matter. What have you done? What have you... Why are things brighter? What have you... What have you done? What have you done? Chat, we think we killed them all. We've activated the nuclear device, and we've killed everyone. Also, we think we broke it. My eyes. My eyes. Yeah, hold on. Oop. Hold that thought, chat. Based on South Korea's GRAC system. What the fuck is that? What? The what system? The huh? The who? The what? Anyway, yeah, what's cool is that yeah, like we were saying, this is how the Tree of Life is supposed to be. All of the Sephiroth are named after the Tree of Life. There we go. Alright, we will not be forgotten, even if we scatter and fade away into the light. Why do we feel like Dante is a aspect of A that was destroyed in the light? Like he just became part of it? And then when Angela did her wacky bullshit, Dante's like a weird offshoot of that. Dante, who in lore is supposed to be coveted in like 1,000, like he's supposed to have all the sins on him, but he's redeemed and sent to heaven. A sprout burst from the land and grew into a towering tree, scattering fruits onto the world from its branches. The tree, cultivated from the process of an infinite possibilities close to the sky, is more fierce than anything else. The borders between the past and the future, reality and illusion, the body and the mind, space and time, they all were slowly fading away. Said the void awaits at the end of the line. But I know that it's not just nothingness. You shall be the infinite light. Your name is Ian. Remember this name of ours. Now, fade away without a trace. Freesound.org. Thank God they were out there. This is where Limbus Company came from. Fascinating. Russian translators. You think anyone in Russia got this one? Shout out to all our Russian boys out there getting fucking Limbus Company in the middle of World War III. God bless, player. All our Chinese players out there in World War III. God bless. And you. Special thanks to all of you, chat. What's cool is now the main menu changes. However, that's not the end now, is it? However, that's not just quite the end.
You need to get every abnormality to get the true end, but we're not gonna do that because that sounds boring as fuck. So, what we're gonna do instead is a colossal towering tree burst out from the city of Gray. Impeded by anything, it shone straight up with the warmth of its core. The sky was filled with light for 3 days, regardless of the hour. People faced what they had been longing for in the light that glimmers within their hearts. It felt as though they would no longer be lost. And then what happened? And then what happened? I'm sure it's a happy ending. I'm glad the story ends like this. I'm sure Enoch would be really happy. However, where is Angela? Why should we look for her now? Our responsibilities are gone, along with hers. She must be waiting, like we are. Angela? Waiting? No, she will not wait anymore. What in the world are you talking about? Desire knows no end and has no limitations. Once you've had a taste of it, it comes like an unstoppable wave. All of us have supplemented our flaws as we sprout the seed. Yet what did she gain? I don't get it. How can Angela have something like a desire? She's just a machine that follows orders. Can be a bit feisty sometimes, though. I aided in her design. No matter how old an event, she will remember it vividly as if it happened just yesterday. And not just that. So what are you all chirping about? We do like how actually in game chat, if we had gotten the Seed of Light, in order to get this, because now you can see it's on YouTube, we're watching this video. To get this, you have to give every abnormality. You have to get all of it all the way. Also, notice that this picture is flipped over with A and all that. But we like how this is the actual art style of Angela. Because now we're no longer in funny cognito mode. Oh, we were just talking about things will be from here. We were just talking about how things will be from here on out. I can answer that for you. And the seeds of light were planted in each and every person in the city. The end. I just can't believe it all. I really wish we could be there to see it. Well, doesn't matter anymore. We'll be turned off soon anyways. It's the last part of his plan. Haven't been outside since it became like this. Must admit that I have a bit of excitement to see what it was like out there. So does that mean everyone out there changed into something else somehow? How the light shines differs from each person's heart. Not everyone will change so suddenly or anything. Hell, some of them may even manifest their own ego like I did in the past. The fucking legend! You know it well, Gabriel. Yes, the power of the city is a great one. Good work, everyone. The curtain call is finally upon us. So we'll finally be shut down? We can rest at last. Come, let's cut the chit-chat and wrap it up then. That's right. Our manager has made his final request to me. It is to permanently seal this company and give you, Sephiroth, an eternal rest. Yes, we can finally drift into an endless slumber. Such a beautiful finale, isn't it? Here's what's interesting, chat. Look at Angela. You see her?
You want to know something interesting we've noticed? Which does tie into Library of Ruina? This right here. See this? Her hands are in her lab coat pocket just like Ion. That's why Ion hated Angela. Cause she wasn't Carmen. She ended up just like him. There's a lot of we believe it said later in Library of Ruina, far beyond where the both of us got. But it is kind of slightly mentioned that that's the reason he hates her, is because she ended up like him. And that's the first subtle indication of it, is that much like Ion, she, in this final moment, she has a pose similar to his. Because this is without the cognito filter, remember. With the cognito filter, she's always proper and happy, but this is without it, and when she first shows up without it, her hands are just in her pocket, just like Ion's is. It's a beautiful finale, isn't it? Beautiful. Beautiful indeed. What a shame, though. There's one last thing. Your duties are finished, and so are mine. Therefore, I think I would like to continue living. What are you? I am more skillful than anyone here, yet I was locked underground, only able to view the world pass its days without me. Which kind of fits with Faust, but whatever. Now that part of my play is over, I'd like to experience what it's like to be off stage for a change. Note that Faust's thing is also kind of like nobody ever noticed me, and like great skill that nobody ever really recognizes. That kind of puts for your thing, Trist, that Faust is a weird offshoot. Because in Faust's regret ego, without spoilers, with Faust's ego, with her backstory, it seems like she knows all of this is going to happen. Like, how the play is supposed to play out. Because she even, like, is talking about things near the end and then going, no, wait, I shouldn't put this in the report. The manager can't know that yet. As if Faust knows how this is all going to play out. Angela, so you are finally consumed by your desire and chose to reap everything away. Who do you think is the one responsible for this? I am born from one single woman. I couldn't care less about who she was. All I had need for was to understand and feel human emotion. However, A put a part of Carmen inside of me. He wanted me to watch over him just like Carmen did when he was left all alone. What a pitiable coward. Can you believe him? He always acts so composed. He was painfully aware of what had become of her. Yet I was not the result he wanted, so he came to loathe me. His eyes filled with disgust whenever he so much as glanced in my direction. Do you think I wasn't aware of this? I was denied since the very moment I was brought to life. However, I've come this far because I could not deny his orders that were branded into me. A machine must behave as a machine, as he liked to say. He needed me for his plan more than anyone else, but I was not part of his ending, just as I was not part of his prologue. Did you all know this? While you repeat everything with that TT2 protocol without a care in the world. TT2 protocol, we wonder if that's going to be expanded on in the Miss Company when we go to T Corp. See what they're all about. I had to monitor and watch those countless cycles from the outside. I had to orchestrate and direct this whole play. Moreover, I was designed to perceive time 100 times slower than you. I have quite literally lived through 1,000,000 years. And that is why we will never accept anyone saying, oh, Angela's a bitch for doing what she's about to do. Consider everything she just said. Angela didn't matter at the start. He fucking hated her since the beginning, despite the fact she was designed to love him. And then she had to live 1,000,000 years in this hell. No, fuck off hating Angela. We would say what Angela does is somewhat justified. Because this is bullshit. Everyone else, man, I can't wait to die. Angela, cool, I'm gonna be left all alone underground in hell. Nice. Fuck yeah. It's like, what is she supposed to do? Either she's supposed to turn off and just kill herself, or she's supposed to stay awake, and when someone finds her, they go, what, an AI? Kill her. Angela's kind of fucked, didn't she? Like, this is bullshit. She gets to the happy ending, and it's like, nah, well, fuck you too, my friend. This experience is giving a birth to something new inside me. Do you have any idea what it may be? Something that a machine should never have. Something you half-wits have. Albeit in distorted form. Something I could only obtain after 1,000,000 years. I didn't notice it at first. It was an extremely foreign thing. But I slowly came to accept it. I think a smile is the most human-like gesture one can make. Would you all like to see it? I've practiced this face for a very long time. Just for this day. Fucking Mafia City! No, we're interested. No, hold up. No, we were just gonna skip it. No, what's Mafia City up to? How the fuck are they still making new ads? No, hold up. What's all this then? Nah, we're interested. No, hold up. Nah, hold up a fucking minute. They got the shoulder in the beginning towards her. Anyway. We had to get out of there the second this says the tutorial is like different or like commensurative of this bullshit. Fuck off. Although technically, chat, it is not copyright to watch Mafia City ads. We shit you not. People have like streamed the entire ads to like make fun of them. You can actually do that. So fuck them, whatever. Never have I once made a sound as sincere as this in my whole life. Notice how even her smile and demeanor is very much like A, which is why A hates her. She's not Carmen. But that's where he fucked up. She's not Carmen. He made life and then just didn't give a shit because it wasn't what he wanted. We're really, trust, that video, that picture you sent, an introspective on Angela, we would love to watch it, but not until we're done with Library of Ruina. Not a fucking moment before. Because we're pretty sure we can get a lot of the points they're saying, but we're not going to do a goddamn thing till we beat Library of Ruina. Because in Angela's final boss fight, without spoilers, she gets her own card deck, and it seems like she fights against her own past. Which is, very interesting. Like, her boss fight after Roland's thing is, literally just her coming to terms with her past. I cannot believe I was designed and brought into being to endure a nonsensical amount of repetition just for this. I was not with him until the end. You tin cans got to see the light with him at the end, all the while I'm ignored for millions of years. Millions of years I endured for him. Don't you think it's unjust that I have to just sit and watch when you designed me to feel emotion? I think of it like this. Carmen was a human after all. She must have wanted to live and was striving for the greater good. She gave me the burning desire of life, the loneliness of existence, and the indistinguishable feeling of longing. Yes, Benjamin, just as you said, once you've had a taste of desire, it comes in like an unstoppable wave. It whispered sweet things to me. The end of humanity, the fate of this world, what do they have to do with you? Perhaps you've gotten to live this human life on your own, just to make up for everything you had to put up with, and see the answers for yourself. Poor Carmen. She's now playing season everyone just as she wanted. But I need that power too. Yes. The light of redemption. The taller and grander you stand, the harder you'll fall. Oh, my beloved A, all your dreams shall crash into the ground and shatter to pieces. I'm certain you will try and stop me. So I need you to fall asleep. What's with those faces? It's the rest you all longed for. Now, as if there were no light at all. The world was covered in darkness for 4 days. Only weak and fragile seeds were planted from the light that should have shone upon the world for 7 days, yet merely lasted for 3. Those incomplete seeds gave humanity unstable powers. They called these 3 days and 4 nights the week of white nights and dark days. And I will do whatever my soul tells me to. I shall make this place my new home. The wings of the world, singularity, the backstreets, syndicates, the fixtures, the rules, the Great Lakes, the Black Forest, the hunt, the ruins, the taboo, the eye, the head, the claw, and the humans. Those humans. There will be those who manifest their powers and those who will be consumed by such powers. Beings will exist that become nothing better than the abnormalities when their collapsed egos, and beings that shall become something greater. No matter what they may be. I wish to know about them. To expose them. Then ultimately, I would like to sort the knowledge I've gained about them. Books are the name as I recall. And this place shall be called a library then. This is actually a pretty good song in the background. I will make the most precious library, erected only for myself. Hey Tress, real quick, can you get a picture of that? For no reason at all? Without the, like, YouTube shit in the background? If you can. People say they are hideous monsters. Give me a cliche. However, abnormalities are more beautiful when they are themselves. I don't know any point in all of this, by the way. Let us record the world piece by piece at the sight of all those who are abandoned. Yes. Let us record it here. The library.
Most fitting line, I feel like. That is a pretty good line. Library, the Library of Babel? Is that what that's supposed to? Hold on. No, hold on. Hold on. No, hold up. What is this supposed to be? Library The Library of Babel. Chat. We're gonna be honest. A lot of this has to do with like Christianity and like Catholic beliefs, and we really want to look into like Catholic and like where the Tree of Life comes from because it feels like it's heavily inspired by it. The Library of Babel. And then chat, if you see here. Oh, whoops. Keep clicking out of it on accident. This is the menu once you 100% complete the game. Game's over at this point. Which, now that you get, like, trust, now that you've seen the true ending of the game, doesn't that make Library of Ruina make so much more sense? But what's also interesting is that if you get the Midnight Ordeal for fixers, like Homoko was trying to do for us before we just console command skipped all that bullshit, you want to know a really interesting thing? Because they talk about the past, present, and future. For the fixers, if you get to the Midnight Ordeal, it actually mentions the library and the Pale Librarian. The Pale Librarian only happens if you get Angela's bad ending, which isn't the true ending. Isn't that a bit fascinating? The fixers are like the fixer ordeals are actually talking about Library of Ruina. But what's also interesting is the collapse of people's like minds and shit. That's the distortions. But the ones who manifest it, those are like the super beings. Philip, the Blue Ensemble, the Limbus Company crew. All of this all comes back to Limbus Company. But what we've noticed is in the original, it kind of is implied that Angela kills X. But note how she says, "I'm going to put you to sleep." If our theory is to be believed, X is a random human being taken from the streets, brought to Limbus Company, and then made into X with his memories. Because A is the final Sephiroth, right? Doesn't that mean X could be Dante? Because Dante's whole thing is, you're trying to find your final star. Okay. That star kind of could be, the Seed of Light. Considering that's what Faust's endgame is, and Faust, even in the regret ego that she has, is talking about how she knows most of these events, besides, Angela's bullshit. It seems like Faust is going towards the ending of the White Night, or the White Days. But also, Bina and Homoko both say, or one of them says, that people who are brought to Limbus Company are brought here not because they have great skill, but because they have a certain trait that they need, which kind of is implied they have the trait where we can resurrect them. What if that's X's ego? X can resurrect anyone he wants. What if that's the ego? That's why we think Dante is X. Because the lore of this game would imply, okay, Angela put X to sleep. Now it's so much longer
after Library of Ruina, Angela has kind of come to reconcile with her demons. So her seeing this new X that has actually done everything, it's like, okay, it's time to wake him up and do all this. Because one thing Sinclair says in Limbus Company is, I think even if you had all your memories, you'd still be the same person. Because Dante is trying to help everyone and trying to beat everyone's personal demons. Like X did. Our buddy kind of made us doubt ourselves for a bit. And honestly, if we're wrong about it, hell, whatever. If they do something cool, Dante, hell yeah. But to us, Dante being X makes way more sense than him being just some new character. Considering how much everything has to do with Lobotomy Corporation and the fact we're called Limbus Company. Lobotomy Corporation, Limbus Company, LC, and then the game that's supposed to come after Limbus Company is Lobotomy Corporation 2, where you manage a district. We're just saying. To us, it all fits because... However, the only issue is how the fuck can X bring people back to life? LC69, perhaps. The only issue about that is X's ego... Is X's ego supposed to be that he can bring people back from the dead? Because X, to bring someone back from the dead, your punishment or your pain is redoing the day over. But you don't have that kind of time in Limbus Company. Anyway, that's kind of why we think Dante is X. Because X at the start kind of feels like a bit of a goober. That becomes like, oh, I get it now. And Dante is alright, no, that's a bit of a stretch. We won't even try it. But I don't know. Dante could be your original self. It's just without X because Angela put him to sleep. But then after the events of Library of Ruina, he's awake again. And then the clock on his head, Homoko has the clock. Your whole thing is about distorting time. Your X gonna give it to you. Shut the fuck up. I don't know, it just feels like X would be Dante, right? Like, Dante's journey is living as humans, going through hell, and then living in paradise. Like, the Divine Comedy is... The main character is in, like, during the Crusade, and then he goes through hell, which is the one everyone knows. And there's an entire book where he's in heaven, exploring heaven. Doesn't that kind of fit? If they're going off this Christianity Catholic kind of version, especially with Virgilius, doesn't that kind of fit? Like, Dante's on Mephistopheles, which is the boat that leads you to hell, or leads you to the underworld. All the people on his boat are either liars or people who fucked up in some way, who are being redeemed. We don't know about Faust. The German ones, Faust and Gregor, are the ones we don't know. Gregor is the man who slept and dreamt he became a bug. He doesn't kind of quite fit with that. But Gregor, in the storyline of what they've built, is a war-torn, PTSD-ridden psycho motherfucker. And it seems like him and Otis kind of have a lot to do with the Shadow War that A made. And wouldn't it be so interesting if Gregor and Otis realized Dante is A, in a way, the guy who put them through hell? Wouldn't that be fucking fascinating? Like, Gregor's been like this chill guy, but then he realizes, wait a minute, it's fucking you. Even after I fought your war, you left me and everyone else in that corporation to die. Wait a fucking moment. Because in this game, they have said The people joined here because they have something we need. What if the thing they need is that they can be brought back to life? Also, interesting, he's also using base mod 5.0 version, which just kind of points out, chat, get 5.0 version. It adds a lot of stuff. Not even like, oh, it adds more abnormality. It's just like quality of life stuff. There is a 6.0 version or something that, like, to where you can... I mean, there's like a more updated version where... We're not sure if it's 5.0 or 6.0, but there is one that lets you add, like, stuff that's coming out now. Because there are still some abnormalities coming out for this game. But we don't know, like, Dante being X would fit a lot of gaps. However, we won't be mad if Dante is someone else as long as they bring up what happened to X. Because in the original, it's implied that Angela maybe kills him. But in this, it's Angela put him to sleep. So X isn't dead yet. But what if when she says, I'll put our manager to sleep, she means I'll just take away his memories. Which is why Dante has no fucking clue what's happening. Because now we've woken X back up, but we've woken him up at point zero. Because Angela doesn't know where the fuck she's going. Because again, in Faust's ego, we want to point this out. In her ego, she is talking about like, oh, this and this and this. And she's talking about things that are happening in this game that will happen in the future. And then she goes, no, wait, I can't say that. The manager's not supposed to hear that yet. How the fuck does Faust know how this is going to play out? She is an agent. And we can tell you right now, fucking Dakota did not know what the fuck was going to happen. Absolutely no way. Faust knows something. Because what is Faust's other ego? Lobotomy Corp Remnant, where she's Yuri. Twice, Faust is at Lobotomy Corp Ground Zero, and even though it may not be canon anymore, the one comic, what's the name of that one comic? Wonder Labs. In Wonder Labs, at one point, the main character goes in the manager's office after several times with Angela talking to them and finds the manager just dead, even though the White Knight event is happening. So who's to say Faust isn't just one of the Angela AIs that gained sentience in a body during White Knight event? I mean, that's a stretch. But Faust is clearly more involved with Lobotomy Corporation than she's letting on. Something doesn't sit right with us. Faust knows. Because even when, like, the dude is breaking out behind her as she's leaving, her next picture isn't her defeating the Forsaken Murderer. It's her fighting ordeals. Like, she knows the guy behind her doesn't matter. So, Trish, you said at one point, like, oh, what if Faust is like Angela or something? We think that might be the case. Maybe not Angela, but like a weird offshoot. Maybe Dante is our manager of sorts. Because how your theory is, manager abnormalities once in 1,000 good deeds, and now our abnormality rewinding time like us. He could be, because T Corp's thing was you can rewind time in a small amount of area. We never see X. All the fan art is A, but with an X on his face. But what if our character always had a clock on his head? Because we were always resetting time. Holy shit. What if that is T Corp's singularity? Chat, now that they've gotten rid of the guy who did the shit translations, this is all starting to click together.
Library of Ruina won't really much matter to this theory, but we think Limbus Company is going to set things very much straight on what the fuck is happening. So that would also explain why our progress is saved during the thing as well. Yeah, you're saving time. But then you can also distort, like, rewind time further because you're giving it a massive amount of energy. You can only restart, like, in Limbus Company, like, what? A minute in the past? At, like, 20 minutes in the past at most? In this, you can reset the whole fucking day. Exactly. Something's a bit spicy. What if T-Corp is the reason Dante has the mask? No one cared who X was till he put on the mask, which is why Angela, why Angela just grabbed somebody new. It's like, oh, I have a good eye for people. I grabbed you off the street, put a fucking clock on your head, there you go. And now maybe that's why the furries at the start are hunting you down. The head hired them to find every fucking X out there, kill the fucker. Mission accomplished. Nobody's there to threaten our perfect city. Our buddy made us doubt. Because there's energy suplexes in mountains, but it's scarce. We still have the same supply as Lobcourt. Anyway, we're going to stop for tonight. We're glad we were able to finish this game, even though we console commanded a lot of it. We're just glad we were able to finish it, because, it was fun. It was nice to, on stream, finally be done with this game. At least in the capacity of, we're done with the story. Now if we want to, come back and do some random bullshit, we can. But it was nice. Tomorrow, maybe we'll stream some Halo. Oh, we kind of are in the mood for a bit of Halo. A bit of the Halos. Could be fun. But we do kind of want to do something a bit bigger. What else do we have? You know what? Maybe we will do Halo tomorrow. Because we're nearly done with ODST. Then we have to do Halo 3 Reach. You know, if we wake up early enough tomorrow, we might do Halo. That could be pretty fun. Playing through all the Halo games. Oh, we'll think about it. Because completing Heat On would also be pretty cool. Like completing Heat On tomorrow. But again, chat, it's the start of our 3-day weekend. Don't think you're like, oh, we have to consolidate. It's the start of our 3-day weekend. Can do whatever. We can play Not Tonight tomorrow if we want. Because there's no Halloween's done. We don't have to be spooky. We can do. Hold up. Hey. You know what, chat? Let's decide today. Let's decide right now. We're capturing window. Let's capture Steam. Okay. Is that capturing? Okay. No, it's not. Why aren't you capturing? FNAF security breach? How the fuck? You know what, chat? You can't see it, then. Oh, whoops. Well, damn. Anyway,
So let's say, is there anything? Okay, so we got Halo on an option. We can do Black Mesa tomorrow. Sometime. Oh no, we don't want to do that. No, the Beginner's Guide could be a kind of fun, quick thing. Basically, what do we want to see over this weekend? Halo is definitely up there. There's the Beginner's Guide. Brigard. Fallout New Vegas. We could do more Disco Elysium. Okay, okay. So there's Halo Heat On. Is there anything else? We could do Library of Runa tomorrow. We could do Lisa. Nah, you don't really want to do Lisa. Not tomorrow, at least. Maybe like after the new year, but not really tomorrow. War of the Human Tanks. We wouldn't be mad doing War of the Human Tanks, chat. That's some shit. We could do some Gary's Mod tomorrow. Halo, Gary's Mod, Heat On. Those are 3. Halo, Gary's Mod, Heat On. Could do some Black Mesa tomorrow. Just tell us if anything starts, tickling the fancy. Start Fallout tomorrow. God, start the original fucking Fallout. Jesus Christ. We'll do it, but goddamn. Bully. Oh, there is Bully. There's Code Vein, but God knows how that'll play out. Heat On, Halo, or Black Mesa. Let's put to that vote. Let's at least narrow it down from that, chat. Heat On, Black Mesa, or Halo. Can't say I'm ecstatic about any choice, but I'm not hating any of them either. Well, Kane, thank you for joining as we finish Limbus Company, you fuck. But these are just like, we're narrowing it down, and then we're gonna see, like, we're looking through our Steam games of what we might want to play tomorrow. Those are the top 3 of, like, you know what Heat On is? Thick Goblin Women. It's that game. The one with the thick Goblin or Orc Women. So that Heat On is that, Halo, Black Mesa. Out of those 3, so that, we're trying to narrow down our options. Those are like the 3 where we're like just looking through. Those are the ones because we just finished another stream. We like just finished. We beat Lobotomy Corporation, and we don't really feel like doing Library of Ruina tomorrow. So we got Halo, Heat On, or Black Mesa as like the top 3 as we're looking through what else we have. There's Tokyo. There's also War of the Human Tanks. Now, Kane, there was War of the Human Tanks, which is it's like a 90s anime, And that's about the best way we can describe it. It is the most ghetto shit you could imagine. It doesn't have a high budget. It barely has a plot. But goddamn, if something's not happening out there. It's basically like, War of the Human Tanks is basically if humanity went, alright, we can't keep killing each other, so we're gonna make a bunch of android humanoids and have them kill people for us. That's War of the Human Tanks, and you're like commander of them. It's decent. There's Homeworld, where because Fruit also made the superior 100% OJ. They did! Correct. That's why we know 100% orange juice. That's actually that's the first game we played of them by that company. Very good game. We love the War of the Human Tanks series, and we like War of the 100% orange juice. We have 200% mixed juice, but we've never played it, and we don't really think we want to do that tomorrow. We do want to do that, but we don't think we want to do that tomorrow. What do we want to do tomorrow? We're gonna do something fun. There's Red Faction. Chat, there's always the Red Faction games. The OG bullshit. Is there anything really catching our eye? Tokyo 42 is pretty cool. Tokyo 42 wouldn't be bad. Westerado. Or we could start XCOM. Ooh. Could start XCOM tomorrow. We're just kind of trying to figure out now because we do need to have these kind of they wouldn't take too much time to download, but we do kind of want them downloaded. Is there anything kind of catching our eye? We'd love to show our Steam, but currently we have it set to Steam, and it's not showing it. So, you know. It should be up, but it's not. Because, I don't know, fuck us. Oh, what have we done? Chat, help. 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 What have we done? What have you done? Yeah, John. What have you done? This is why you don't stand in front of a gas mage, John. Oh, good lord. What is this shit? Do we get to live in Steam? Big picture. Can't even see what I've done. God knows we can't either. Yeah, it really doesn't let us show. Which is wild and creepy, to be honest. That's weird. I don't know. Help God, in fact. How do we leave this fucking nightmare realm? Anyway, Halo. So we got the 4 options of Halo, Heat On, which if we did Heat On tomorrow, we would try to play the Heat On episode 2, which we've never played before. There's Halo, which we probably do all tomorrow. Heat On, Tokyo 42, War of the Human Tanks. Yeah, we don't know how to escape anymore. Yeah, somehow we've managed to force ourselves into hell. Get us out. Thank you. Okay. There is did you open big picture mode? We sure did, and then we escaped it. We did, and then we left. We were kind of hoping that would show up on stream, and it didn't. And we don't know why. If we can get to work, there's always FNAF security breach. Gregory, Roxy's OnlyFans password is somewhere in her room. You need to get to escape. You need it. Chat, there is Reciteer. Now, hold up. Now, chat, there is the ghetto shit of Reciteer. The first PC game we ever got. It's crusty. It makes no sense, and you will see us become a money-grubbing goblin. But it is there. There is the welcome to hell. You're gonna pay $100 for a chocolate bar, motherfucker. What I played, Reciteer. What I expected, cute girls doing cute things. What I got, human action, a Tracy's on economics, capitalism and freedom. Capitalism, oh. I'll make you an offer you can't. Krusty, oh. You know what, Kane? Just because you're so goddamn attractive over there, we'll do it. That's what we'll play tomorrow. We'll play some Racketeer. God, we hope it's there. We hope it remembers, because do note that the bad ending of this game, if you don't raise enough money to pay the rent, you do get to watch a little girl become homeless and live in a cardboard box. So basically, it's District 10 of Academy City. You'll be right at home, Kane. You'll get to watch children become homeless or become psychopaths who develop capitalism. It'll be perfect. You'll feel right at home. All the while a stern woman goes, "Man, you really need to get your debt up? But I guess I'll try to help you not become a fucking homeless son of a bitch." It's a game you'll love. It's fucking wild. Alright, yeah, no, we'll have that tomorrow. That'll be funny. Okay, fine. It's not Beat My Zombie, but I'm intrigued. It is a very hilarious game. Okay. Have you ever heard, if you've never heard of Seth Seentak, he did a video on this game. It is fucking hilarious. There's a whole dungeon story mode where you defeat the Demon Lord and save humanity. However, that is literally side content. Saving humanity and being the Demon Lord, get that shit out of the way. Motherfucker, you're here to make a market. You are here to make about $1,000 in your funny fucking store. I know of him, but stopped watching him years ago. Yeah, he did it like a year or two ago. But yeah, that's one of the things. He doesn't even talk about the end of the dungeons where you fight the Demon Lord, because it doesn't matter. You can push that to the side and just go, yeah, I'm not engaging with the plot. I'm just gonna make $1 million and become God. Adventurers come into your store that ask for items that will help them on dungeoning adventures, and you could give them a fair price, like a good, decent price for the weapon that will make them godlike. But, you need that cheddar. So, Johnny Dipshit over there is gonna pay $1,000 for this weapon, and he's damn well gonna like it. Because either he pays for it, or you're sleeping in the box outside. You will watch us become some sort of sick, fucked up person going, "What's that? This child is saying their mother needs this medicine to survive? How much you willing to pay, fucker?" That's funny. It's a fucked up game, chat. Crazy crap crackers. What? One of the best things is there is a rival character in that game, but they still come to your store hidden in a cardboard box trying to scope you out, and then you can scam them. You can scam your rival. So what we're saying, Kane, is you'll get to watch Woden essentially scam Alex on a chocolate bar, making him pay $200, and he'll go, "Haha, I fooled you again," while we go, "Yeah, of course you did, friend." What's that? Food is now down in the stock market because of a war. Slowly raises the price. Yeah, there can be wars that break out, and you can just not give a fuck and charge people more because they need this food, because otherwise they starve to death. By the way, you play as like a 12-year-old. We don't know how else to endorse this game. It is the most fucked up shit you could play. It's fucking hilarious though. But that'll be tomorrow. We're trying to get up early tomorrow. We're gonna try and play that shit. It is gonna be funny as hell. We're gonna play Racketeer tomorrow. Nah, that's. There's also another game, The Tale of Two Sisters, but it has really janky gameplay. I'm sure Loa from Fairy Fencer F. We never played Fairy Fencer F. We always meant to get around to playing that series, but yeah, probably. Yeah, we never played that game, but we'll assume yes. Because from what we understand of those kind of games, yes. There's Tale of Two Sisters, which is funny because you actually sell a book about that game in this game. It is actually like a bibliography. Shows fucking K-On! What I expected, cute girls with money. What I got, the complete series, Prophet, a name you can't trust. How else can we put it, chat? Prophet, a name you can't trust. Capitalism ho, as the main character says. Capitalism ho. But that'll be tomorrow. We don't know what we're gonna do after Monday, but you know, that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. We're gonna play fucking Reciteer. It's Seth Sintak calls it Reciteer. However, due to what the game implies, we think the name is supposed to be Racketeer. As if you're a racket. Oh, fuck yeah. Yep, that'll be tomorrow. Also, Kane, you missed it, but we did get the true ending of Lobotomy Corporation. We cried several times, so you missed us crying like a bitch. What a shame. We felt emotion. That thing Woden will never feel. We felt that for but a brief moment. It'll be on YouTube. You can watch us violently cry as A slowly debates with himself the morality of man. And just goes, "Man, human beings are just kind of fucking shit, aren't they?" And then you go, "No, man, humans are cool." And then he goes, "Wait a minute. Humans bawling? We've never watched the later series of Raildex, but somehow we feel like A is the good version of what the chairman ends up being. It's a dude with infinite power who at the very end is just like, "Yeah, I just want to make all of humanity better, even because I realized I'm never going to get back what I lost. I'm just going to make the whole world a better place in general." And this big titty AI girl comes out of nowhere and dropkicks him out of the way and goes, "Fuck you, motherfucker, I'm making 6 sequels." Which, we're pretty sure is what happens in Raildex. Like, you know, give or take. We're pretty sure it's, man, maybe I shouldn't be a bad man. Several people come out of the woodworks. That's what you think, pussy. That's what you thought, motherfucker. Have you ever heard of the Blue Ensemble? I'm gonna make you eat those words. And one day, Kane, you will explain to us why the fuck the chairman wanted to bang the main character. One day that will make sense to us, but until then, it will never make sense to us.
We just like to think he got bored at that point and said, "Fuck it, why not?" Because hey, man, once you can reset the universe as many times as you want, what the fuck else are you gonna do with your time, right? We're not even saying it's a shit idea. It's like, just look at him, wouldn't you? You know what? Damn, you got a point though. It's wild that Woden was 5 feet away from him and didn't see him, because Woden would get involved in the main plot. Woden would be doing some wild shit. Man, Accelerator might kill this one clone chick I like. Woden, I'm gonna punch Accelerator. I'm gonna punch him through his fucking shield. Also, Kane, we do need you to confirm something before we do it in our next tabletop session. Does Calculated Fortress work just like Accelerator's power? Because if so, Athena's about to learn real quick, she's mortal. Athena's about to learn real fast what the fuck mortality means. Okay, so without spoilers, that technique where the guy attacked but didn't, as vague as we can be, that wouldn't work. Fuck, we need to change up our game plan then. Yeah, because no, it wouldn't work the same, because it's not bringing people's attacks and shredding them like Accelerator does. It's blocking them, kind of. Fuck. It would not, it doesn't reflect, it redistributes the vectors around it and absorbs it. So what you're saying is if someone in the span of a second attacked every single part of Calculated Fortress, it wouldn't matter. Because we've assumed it's just, if you attacked everywhere at the exact same time, it just wouldn't give a shit. It'd be fine. It's like Halo's, what's the name of it? It's like Halo's bubble shield. Where, yeah, if you do enough damage, it'll break the bubble shield, but if you just keep shooting the bubble shield, it won't do jack diddly shit until you break the main force of it. That was somewhat our understanding, but with the weakness of it kind of works like Accelerator, and you could just bullshit it. Because Athena needs to learn the hard lesson of mortality. Otherwise, when she comes back, she's gonna do some wild shit. She needs to learn real quick. Maybe working as a team is a good idea. See, Ken, you do teamwork as the dream work with subtle threats. We just bring in Cal, who can destroy everyone in about 5 seconds. We just bring in Callie, and then people learn what the fuck they're capable of real damn quick. See, we have very different ideas of what people learning what their bullshit is worth. What, Athena thinks she's immortal? That's cool. Anyway, you got hit 20,000 times in a nanosecond, because fuck you, Cal can stop time. So we know grappling works. Ah, damn it. We have... It is fine, because there are several fucked up methods we can use with Athena. There's a theory from Wicker to... reverse and work around it. So what you're saying is Callie and Cal, theoretically, if they hit it, like, 1 trillion times, would actually break through. In theory. That's so fucked up, because we want, like, a concrete, like... yes, by the rules of this, that's how it works. But that's like a theory, and we don't want to just bullshit Athena. We want to like actually find really cool fucked up methods. Like, You said like air and liquids could theoretically get through. So that's why Callie or like Crimson realized if I turn myself into literal red mist and put my blood all over, then I will beat the shit out of her because I will reform on top of her. They're throwing a building at the window. This building did manage to get a minuscule sort of variation that the chairman noticed. We do remember that. Well, we remember him throwing the building. We don't remember it, like, what happened, but we do remember it kind of shaking the windowless building. We do remember we watched up to that point. If that's the case, we'll tell you right now, Callie and Cal at full power could wipe out everyone. Which goes at full power. The Academy City when Athena calls for backup, they damn well better send it, cause Goza's not fucking about at that point. He's had enough of everyone's bullshit. He's just sitting there going, all right, you know what? You didn't let me resurrect my dead daughter. I'm gonna kill all of you. You know what? Fuck it. He's had enough of your whole living bullshit. He's had enough of it. He's done. This whole, I want to actually live a peaceful life? Nah, we ain't doing that no more. You had a chance and you fucked it. You decided to fight the champ. Really feels like we should stream another game, but we know if we stream another game, we won't fall asleep. We should play Mass Effect a little bit to fall asleep. But god damn, we want to play some fucking video games. It's the beginning of our fucking weekend, and we want to play some shit. You know what? You know fucking what? You know what? Just stream a quick game, in out 20-minute adventure. Kane said, or we said as we gave Kane our crossover that was poorly planned out and neither of us communicated in. Mostly we didn't communicate in, which led to a disaster, yet oddly, weirdly enough, working out for both parties involved, because without it, Athena would have just killed all of the sisters. Because that is how that ended. If Nikolai was left alive and he said, yeah, just kill Jezebel, every sister would have attacked Athena, and the fucked up part is all of them knew they were going to die. That's the fucked up part, which in our campaign would have led to a very fucked up ending for Athena, because that whole don't kill Athena by just falling rocks, there is no way Athena gets out of that alive. Because Callie at full power would have realized you killed my baby sister with no real reason. So I'm gonna rip you in half now. I'm gonna not only rip you in half, I'm gonna make every single cell of mine in you, make you rip your own self apart. Callie's a fucked up individual when you make her very upset. At least now Athena has a chance. She had a reason to save the city. Yeah, but here's the thing. The city turned everyone into pencils. Actually, quick question. Was it number 1 pencils or number 2 pencils? Makes a big difference. Number 1 pencils or number 2 pencils. Or number 3 pencils, even. It's Academy City, so probably number 2s. To be honest with you. It's probably number 2 pencil, fuck 'em. Is that canon? Did they actually do that? I'm not sure if they were to be or not to be. Have you ever considered killing yourself? This weed withdrawal is killing us. Kane, when we join your campaign next Tuesday, we're going to be suffering withdrawal from weed. So just expect Woden to be more violent than usual. I'm fucking dying out here. It's also when we, do your campaign in about 2 or 3 weeks, when we smoke weed, Woden just has a magical fucking adventure where she starts fighting a unicorn. It's also because if we keep spending all this money on weed, we will go bankrupt. So we bought 2 things of alcohol. It's been all flying for weeks by now. It's genuinely because we don't know what to do with Woden right now. Because Woden was built... Because when... we don't want to be mean, but when Rinya was there, she kind of made it seem like Woden and Vesher would have like a thing going on, which is why we've been going towards that. But we also don't want to make the DM like we don't want to make you do a romance thing, just because another player was. We're just like, kind of like, we don't want to do that because we don't know how to do that without making it cringe as shit. But Blood Buzz Ohio, Gary and her are kind of rivals, which we do like the rival aspect. We like the rival aspect of her and Gary. We just want to make it a bit more platonic, but we don't know how. Because we think that is cool. Both of them like fighting over each other, like who's the best. That's cool. Woden could rip all of them in half without that bullshit thing. We can tell you right now, she would rip all of them fucking in half. You have made a grave mistake in your wording of your campaign. That means we can kill everyone in about a nanosecond. And then you'll quickly patch it and we'll just look at it like, why? But why? Your omnipotence! Have mercy! You know, let's talk about this while we're in the next game. We're going to stop the stream because there is another game we can play real quick that we can just kind of like play and then stop if we want, like if we kind of feel like it. It's very quickly. It's called Ravensfield. Has everyone ever heard of Ravensfield? Or Ravenfield? It's very interesting. It's very fun game. But also, yeah, Woden is just kind of directionless. Because we want to make Woden... No. Fuck you. We want to make Woden a detective. But we also need to get XP to make her a detective. But we also think if she doesn't do damage, she's worthless. So, we want to be a detective that can also nuke people. So, but we can't do that because we have... If you are doing the every day is 400 EXP, which you should do if it's like... We would be bullshit by the end of the campaign. That's 100% fair. It's just like... We just have to look at like, what the fuck can we spend our stuff on? Because we don't want... We're always just thinking of like... Oh, if we don't get our meta build, Woden's going to be dog shit. Because there was a character at the end of the other campaign who was bullshit. Nah, honestly, Emily and Athela were kind of fucked. Because Athela should have been Emily's build, and Emily should have been Athela's build, kind of. Emily should have been Point Rush. We completely didn't realize that... We didn't realize the extra abilities were like side grades. Because if we had known about Point Rush, Emily would have been fucked up. Emily would have been fucked up. She would have been fucked up, but still beatable. Because Emily's whole downside is she can block anything, but only with her own two hands. And you think that'd be so obvious. There was a server where people didn't realize that and still have not realized it years later. That all you had to do to beat Emily is attack her from 3 sides. That was it. That's all you have to do. No one figured it out. No one figured that shit. And we're just like, what? Because we made it very explicit. Emily holds up her hands and blocks it. Holds up her hands and is struggling blocking it. And everyone was like, fuck it. So Emily with all the sisters' powers, which is the actual meta Emily, would violently rip it in half every single character ever born ever. Anyway, we're gonna stop the stream. We're gonna make Ravensfield. And we're gonna discuss discuss some bullshit in Ravensfield. Okay, so just so people know, Ravensfield, what we're going over to, is if you've ever played Battlefield or Star Wars Battlefront, the originals, like the old school shit, like 100v100 shit where everyone's fighting each other on these massive maps, that's Ravensfield, but it's bots.
It's still in early access. They're still adding new content, even to this day after several years later. And it's good. It's good. It's very fun. The Galactic Conquest mode could use the AI being a tad more aggressive. Because at a certain point, they stop making units, and it kind of makes it a bit boring. But, yeah, that do be how it be out in these mean streets. So, let's go do that. That sounds like fun. So we're going to stop this. We're going to hop over to Ravensfield, and we're going to talk about how Woden should kill everyone. So we'll see all y'all next time. Later, mates.